Hi everyone, welcome to another edition of Star Trek. I am Charlie Natal, your host, and I am here with Jerry Dupree. And that name may ring a bell to you, but we'll talk about that in a little bit. Jerry's been involved in a lot of writing and acting skills recently, and we're going to get into that as well. But Jerry, I want to welcome you to the show.
Thank
And I'm very interested in talking to you about not only your entertainment career, but your athletic career. And I'd like to start off by, first of all, asking you, give me the evolvement from your high school days, where you grew up, to college, and to ultimately when you went into the NBA.
Okay. Thank you for having me today.
Pleasure.
It's a pleasure. Heard a lot of good things about you.
Thank you.
So basically, I was originally from Los Angeles, California. At the time, it was in the 80s, early 90s, so it wasn't really a good time to raise kids in South Central Los Angeles. So my dad decided to move to the Inland Empire, which was Moreno Valley, California.
Mm-hmm.
So that's actually where I started my whole basketball career. I was considered a late bloomer. I didn't start playing basketball until about 14, 15 years old. Where my freshman year, I had the opportunity to go to a camp called Superstar Camp in San Diego. And that's when I really fell in love with basketball. As time progressed, I got taller and taller. My freshman year in high school, I was 5'9". By the time my sophomore season started, I was 6'7", wearing a size 13 shoe. So that, to me, I knew that it was a sign from God that maybe I need to play basketball, because baseball was my first love, first sport. Because of my father, he played minor league for the Expos, and he was a big baseball fanatic. So high school, I had the opportunity to play varsity at a young age, learn the game. When it came to my junior year, I was a McDonald's All-American nominee,
Nice.
All CIF, All California, All State, All Country.
Mm-hmm.
So I was getting notarized because of my athletic skills.
How did that make you feel at that age? I mean, what was that like for you?
It was a little overwhelming.
Was it?
Yeah, because being an athlete, it's a lot of pressure. People expect you to be like the NBA guys at that young level, and it takes time to develop. And at that age, I didn't know what I wanted to do, and I didn't know if I was good enough, because all my friends was playing basketball until the age 5, all the way up to high school, so they was already prepared. Mm-hmm. Me coming in from a different sport and trying to play basketball at a high level, it was kind of like, do I really want to do this? But once I got on the court and I realized I could compete with these guys, and I was more athletic than these guys, it was a no-brainer, and I just went for it.
Awesome. So you go to high school, you start developing your skills, you fall in love with the game, and then you got to make a decision whether to go to school or college.
Yeah, so unfortunately, I made a few mistakes in high school dealing with classes and grades. I was kind of like, school, I don't know. So I had to go to JUCO first. So I went to a powerhouse by the name of Southern Idaho. At the time, it was Coach Jerry Depres. So we had a lot of guys that kind of maybe missed a few points on the SAT scores, or maybe didn't have the right classes they took, and had to go to JUCO route. So I had a collective unit of guys that was top D1 recruits all on one JUCO team, and we were the number 5 JUCO team in the United States. So they were comparing us to like the North Carolinas and Dukes. Mm-hmm. So we had players like Kenny Bruner, Swiss Parker, Uche Okafor, all those top guys in one team.
Oh wow!
Yeah, so that was it was an enlightening time in my life, because I was coming from California, Los Angeles, and moving to Southern Idaho.
That's a shift. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, one, the weather, the culture, and just the lifestyle. Mm-hmm. It got adjusted easy.
Yeah.
Yeah. My coach was hard nosed. Wake you up 4 in the morning and run, mess up, run, yell at you. He prepared me for the next level, the next phase of my life.
Which was?
USC.
Okay, now we're talking a bigger level.
Yeah, now we're talking a humongous step level.
Absolutely.
Which, at the time, once again, things wasn't clear, so I didn't know if I could play on that level. But once I started seeing recruit letters coming in from Kansas, Kentucky, North Carolina, Miami, Cincinnati, I knew like
big boys.
Yeah, then my teammates started naming me the sweet one. That was a nickname at the time. So got a scholarship to USC.
Great.
Henry Bibby.
Former NBA player.
Yeah, former NBA player. Former Bruin.
Right.
Bruins, I'm a Trojan. But yeah, and it was a surreal experience. My grandmother lived right around the corner from USC. Like literally 2-minute walk. So I always drove by USC, always passed by it, but never, no one knows this, but I always wanted to go to UCLA.
Really?
Ed O'Bannon, Charles O'Bannon was my favorite player.
Oh, wow.
I bought the UCLA jerseys, number 31, his brother, 33, and that was the school, but they didn't recruit me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think USC recruited me. Actually, what happened was, I had a dream one summer leaving Southern Idaho. So what the plan was for me was, instead of doing 2 years in JUCO, I'm a red shirt and have 3 years at a Pac-10 school at the time. It's Pac-12 now, but at the time it's Pac-10. And that was my mentality. I'm not gonna waste my talent and my skills at a JUCO where I can play at a high level.
Sure.
Sit out a year, and that's what I did. Sat out a year and I had my sophomore, junior, senior year, 3, 4 extra years. I could have been a 5th year senior. So I get to USC and it was a little overwhelming. A lot of bigger players, stronger players, but I was athletic. So I was more faster than a lot of these guys and jump higher. Mm-hmm. So I used that as my advantage. Mm-hmm. Coach Bibby was a hard-nosed coach. He yelled a lot, screamed a lot, but he demanded the best out of you. And if he didn't see it, he basically told me, if I'm not saying anything to you, then that's when you worry. But if I'm yelling at you and I constantly do it, I mean, I see potential in you. And at the time I was young, because I graduated high school at 17. Yeah. So I started playing college ball at 18.
So you go to USC. Mm-hmm. Obviously the competition now gets better amongst your players. You have a coach who is hard-nosed and used to be an NBA player. You had some pretty successful years, if I recall, at USC.
Yes.
I want to fast forward.
Okay.
Only because we want to get to your entertainment skills.
Yes.
Now fast forward, you go to college, you drafted or you walk on the NBA?
Actually, that's another crazy story. So I actually walked on the NBA. So I'm gonna try to speed the story up. So it was a thing called the Long Beach Pro-Am at the time.
Okay.
And where all the NBA guys come and play summer league ball, where all the top draft picks come and play. Denver Nuggets was holding a contest, finding the best player, free agency, and potentially give them a contract to play with the Denver Nuggets. So me and maybe 6, 7 other guys were invited to Denver. I was the one that was chosen. Kiki Vanderway brought me to the office and so we had to do a series of drills and shots and playing, and I was the chosen one. So Kiki Vanderway sat me in the room and I kind of saw a look on his face like, he doesn't look excited. What's going on? So he basically told me, this is the hardest thing that I have to do. You're a great player, but we don't have room for you. We just signed Carmelo Anthony. Well, and at the time, me and Carmelo had the same agent. It was Bill Duff. Mm-hmm. But once Carmelo signed, Bill Duff put everyone else in the back burner. Sure. And I was one of those guys. Yeah. So I was kind of stuck in that bubble. Like, I have this top agent, I have this team in the NBA that wants me, but they're more concentrated on this guy that's just coming out of school.
Because he had the glory.
He had the glory, the championship, Carmelo, freshman. I understood it. We played the same position. He was a little bigger than me, probably a little more skill set than me, but my mentality is like, I can play at that level. So I win the contest. They said they didn't have enough room. A week later, I get a call from Mitch Kupchak's wife.
Oh.
So
Lakers.
Okay. So Mitch Kupchak at the time was Lakers GM. His wife has some kind of affiliation with the Long Beach Pro-Am in the contest. Uh-huh. She felt bad that Denver didn't sign me because that was the agreement for them to sign me to a 1-year contract. They reneged on it. So she gave me a call one night and was like, Jerry, I got an idea. They hung up the phone. I was like, that's weird. 2 days later, I'm sitting at home. I remember that I was living in Westlake at my girlfriend's house, and I'm sitting at home. It was 10 o'clock at night. Phone rings. Hello? Mitch Kupchak, Los Angeles Lakers. Man, stop playing with me. Hang up the phone. No lie, hang up the phone. 2 minutes later, just Mitch Kupchak. No, Jerry, don't hang up. Just, oh, how you doing? We want to invite you to a workout. It's going to be maybe 20 to 30 minutes max.
Oh, wow.
Tomorrow, are you ready? I'll be there. My agent had no clue. I got a new agent. He was a brewer by the name of Tyler Revisar. I called him. He didn't believe me. He's like, make some calls. Call me back. You're right. They want you 8 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, oh my gosh. I am not physically ready. Just because I wasn't mentally ready and I was sitting on the couch for about a week. So I get there. That 30-minute workout turned into a 3-hour workout. Me by myself working in front of Tom Tanovich was the coach at the time because I came in when Shaquille O'Neal got traded to Miami. Okay. So I came in with Chucky Atkins, Brian Grant, Lamar Odom, and Cron Butler.
Okay.
Yeah. So that workout took me 3 hours, and a day later they invited me to training camp, vet camp.
Wow.
Yeah, and it was in San Diego, and that was the first time that I met Kobe Bryant, Lamar Odom, all these guys that I grew up watching.
So ultimately, you make the team.
Ultimately, I made it to veteran camp.
Okay.
So what the steps are, you try out, you work out, they think about it, you might go to a pre-camp, you might go to another pre-camp, then when you make it to vet camp, that's when preseason starts and that, and it's an opportunity for you to get a guaranteed contract. So I kind of bypassed the middle stages and went straight to vet camp.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's a great story, and it was an important part to share with our audience because lots of people that I interview, they evolve from somewhere to the entertainment business somehow, some way. So now tell me about your interest and your passion in doing what you're doing now, behind the camera, in front of the camera, writing. Give me some of that background.
Oh, so I have to say USC had a big influence, and also my environment, just living in Los Angeles, being from California.
Did you study film at USC?
That's a good question. So I always was fascinated with film. So living in Los Angeles, I used to see the movie trucks, the cameras on the streets, the people, and I always was fascinated.
Yeah.
Even to this day, I would drive there to see it and pull over and just watch. So me going to USC, knowing that a lot of famous directors and actors went to that school, I took an interest even more just being in that environment.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I wasn't able to pursue my film career at USC because I was on basketball scholarship, and us athletes, if you're on scholarship, you have to be on that focus only.
Mm-hmm.
So fast forward to after my career, basically I traveled around the world playing basketball, all the Globetrotters. I'm in 80 different countries, the N1 Mixtape Tour, so on and so on. So when I was with the N1 Mixtape Tour, we had a camera crew that was followed us everywhere. It was by ESPN. It was a TV show. That's when I really started talking about how cameras work, how things work, how it's put together. So this camera guy by the name of G-Life from New York, I used to sit in this hotel room when we was talking about cameras and how to make movies, and that's when it clicked to me like, that's something I wanted to do.
So this is what, 2, 3 years ago, 4 years ago, 5 years ago?
No, this is 2005.
Okay, so this was a while ago.
Yeah.
So since that time, your interest started growing then. So now let's get closer to the last, let's say, 2 or 3 years.
Okay.
Do you consider yourself an actor, a writer, a director, a cameraman? Tell me where your passion lies and what you're most interested in.
So my passion mostly lies in cinematography.
Oh, okay.
Directing and writing.
Okay.
So I feel like they all are the same thing, so to speak. And I use this as, I'm a Virgo, so I'm a very self-taught person. So I wanted to be able to learn every aspect of it. So I started first writing. Started writing just little scripts that I had dreams about, things that I know about.
That's how it happens, right?
That's how it happens. Wake me up at 3 in the morning, like, oh, this idea.
Write down your notes.
Get my phone, literally to this day, I probably have just movies down the line.
Yeah.
And so I had no clue how to make them. I had no clue how I was gonna film them. So I started researching cameras. Got my first Nikon camera, and after that, I just took off. Started writing, putting little scripts together, doing photography, doing short little music videos, and just gathering much information as possible to where I got today, where I got hired by Columbia University to do a documentary. I just flew back from China about a month ago doing a short film of my own. I'm working on another independent film of my own that I've written, directing, producing, filming myself, one-man show. It's called The Trash Man, about a guy who was working in the sanitation area, gets fired, now he's homeless living off of trash. So the thing that he was making money off of, now he's actually living off of. So that's the project that I'm working right now. And just film, like I said, always been a passion of mine, but I never really was interested in being an actor. So,
being a basketball player, obviously you're goal-oriented, you're very intense, I would say, as a basketball player. That has to carry over into what you're doing now. So looking at it that way, if you had to pinpoint a goal that you have today to achieve, to reach, to use that ambition and that passion, what would that be?
My goal, I would say, it's two of them actually. to have my own successful production company, but also direct something that's going to give me the credibility for Hollywood. So what I mean by that is me being an athlete and a basketball player. People, all they see is me being a basketball player. They see a tall guy with a camera, a basketball player with a camera. Mm-hmm. I'm more than that. So that's why I took on writing, directing, producing, cinematography, sound, light. I took it all on to show that I could do every aspect of film. So my goal is to, first, my short-term goal is to finish these 2 short films, but my long-term goal, next 2 or 3 years, is to make my first feature film.
So I'm going to ask you 2 more things. One of them is a little bit of a sensitive subject at this point, but Kobe Bryant, who just passed away, you saw him recently achieve an Oscar.
Oh, yeah.
And he even made the comment about basketball players being kind of stigmatized, right? And yet he was up there with a beautiful short film that he did. Unfortunately, we lost him recently, and I know you knew him, and you shared some stories offline. But what I was going to ask you about is, if you look at things that Kobe did, maybe some things that LeBron James is doing now in the entertainment business, do you see them as trailblazers, so to speak, for basketball players, because they are changing that outlook as everybody has it, right?
Definitely, especially Kobe Bryant, for the sense that, okay, he was with the Lakers for 20 years. You know, he's from Philadelphia and things, but he's been in the Hollywood world for 20 years. So I use basketball at an NBA level like a feature film. We're the actors in this feature film, but our feature film is only for 2 hours, you know, and that's it, and it's cut off. So seeing Kobe Bryant, actually, I already knew it was going to happen, just because where he lives. He's been here 20 years. It was bound for him to make movies, film, something in that realm, entertainment. But seeing him winning that award told me that not alone I could do it too, but I wanted to be able to do it all the way, in terms of me creating it, me writing it, me producing it, and me showing the world that I can do this. It's my project.
Yeah, I understand that, yeah.
Because I see it different ways. Like I can hire a whole crew to film it, write it, and I'm like, it's mine.
Yeah.
For me, personally, the way I am, I need to show that it was me from here to here to here to the camera. Then you watch it and you're like, who did that?
Yeah. And it's probably more of a reward for you to do it that way, because ultimately the end result of some sort of an accolade, knowing that you had your hands in everything. Before I let you go, I want to finish on kind of what I would think would be a funny story, but I think I'd like you to share it. You told me earlier that you went to North Korea with no less than Dennis Rodman. I mean, going to Burbank with Dennis Rodman would be an adventure, let alone North Korea. So tell me a little bit about that trip, and we'll make it brief.
Yeah, for sure.
We're running out of time, but I'd love to hear that.
For one, I'm writing a book about it, so that tells you a whole lot.
That's a good lead in there.
Yeah, so I've been knowing Dennis Rodman since 2004. We played on the Long Beach Jam together, and fast forward to 2013, we went to Venezuela, Argentina, Malaysia. We were sitting at a bar, maybe 2, 3 in the morning, and he's drinking, smoking cigars, and he just came out and said, "Hey, I'm going to North Korea. Who want to come? Dupree, you coming with me?" I'm a history major at USC, and I was like, North Korea? I was like, you're not serious? Like, yeah, we're leaving next year. I was like, I'm down. It was that instant. Like, as soon as he asked me, I was like, no problem. Not even thinking about Kim Jong-un, the dictatorship, North Korea lifestyle, just more so like fascination.
Did you meet him?
I know. I met Kim Jong-un. I shook his hand, kissed me on the face, hung out with him. He gave his gold medallions, hugged him, touched me. Yeah, I have pictures on my phone actually, so I'm writing a book about it because it was so much going on. CNN did an interview on us. We wasn't supposed to play in the game. We wasn't even supposed to do the CNN interview. I was one of the applicants, like, we're here in North Korea, they have our passports, we have to do the interview. And they kind of looked at me like, and I'm looking at these millionaires kind of like, they're listening to me, like, all right. So they had me sit behind Dennis Rodman, I guess, for a filler, and after that, that's when the whole, because I'm not gonna lie, Dennis Rodman was very nervous, drunk, scared, afraid. A lot of these guys were. Their families were getting threatened at home, kids. At the time, David Stern, rest in peace, he was not an advocate of us being there. At the time, Obama
So I mean,
wasn't.
because you guys made the trip, they were having some problems here?
Yeah, mostly because we went to North Korea and who we were dealing with.
Yeah,
And it was so personal.
Yeah,
It was a celebration for his birthday.
Yeah.
So us Americans, we're not supposed to like North Korea
Yeah,
and what it's about.
Right.
But he embraced us and we embraced him, and so other Americans couldn't fathom why we were there.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm for one going to buy the book because I'd love to read it. It sounds like a fascinating trip. You sound like a fascinating guy with a tremendous amount of all-around talent.
Thank you.
And I wish you nothing but the best of luck in the entertainment. I know you and I are going to be working together down the road. So my pleasure talking to you. This was really enjoyable, and I hope our listeners and our audience enjoyed it as well. Thank you very much for joining us for another edition of Star Trek. I'm Charlie Di Natale. Join us again next time. Thank you.